Everyone, we are on the draw with what seems to be a keep here against Spaz Club. No 2-drop, but since most of our 2-drops scry, they are fairly helpful. And that is perfect. Just one more land to go here. Maybe it could be a blue land so that we can play Blade Master on 2. Against another blue deck. The only blue deck that's really fast is blue-green, or there is a Hyper Mill deck running around in draft sometimes, depending on what your opponent, or what they get, but no 2-drop on either side, very awkward for this format. There is the chance for a Hyper Mill deck with Minister of Inquiries. If you just have one or two of those guys, you're pretty good to go. Wow, no blue lands this far, but our opponent hasn't done anything, and you would have to imagine, or I would have to imagine at least, that the long game favors us. But I don't know for sure. Alright, just gonna play an Ox. Is an Ox an Ibex? Is an Ibex an Ox? Is a Goat and... I don't know. I just don't know the answers to all my questions sometimes. I ask them, I just don't necessarily know all the answers. I mean, if he attacks, we're gonna block and we're gonna let him build to smash us, I guess. Just waiting until his main phase 2 for some reason. Alright, I mean, we still don't have a blue land. That's a little disappointing, but we're gonna go ahead with plan A, which is attack for 3. Is he just playing 18 color control? Oh, he wants to draw extra cards. I see. I see. I mean, we're not going to give him more information. We're just going to replay it. If he... I mean, I assume he's going to draw and play a land this turn, but if he doesn't, he's going to have to discard. Because he's going to go down to 7 to play it, up to 8 to draw a card, and then he's going to have to discard a spell. If he doesn't draw a land, I assume he would have played the land first. Alright, he drew one. Good for him. We draw land, which helps us get out of our having to possibly discard situation. Of course, just using the energy, no reason not to. And I think we're going to play the 3-2 flyer here and just start to beat down. Just start to beat down. We have Aether Meltdowns and things. Huh. So he must have drawn that in the last turn and a half. Or he saved it for some reason? He must be thinking about revealing something. This card's pretty okay when you get to draw a free card with it. It's pretty good. Also, the foil on this, at least in real life, looks mad sick. I don't know how the foil is on Moto. I don't think I've seen... I mean, I'm sure I've seen one, but, like, because, if you open enough packs, you're going to see them, but I don't know. Anyways, so, people that don't know me, that are just tuning in, my name is Sam. I have my own YouTube channel on another part of YouTube, obviously, where I make some draft videos, some sealed videos, stuff like that. I think what I'm, like, best known for, I guess, even though only, like, 10,000 people watched it, so maybe not, or, like, 10,000 views in a lifetime, I guess, maybe not best known for, but, because I'm not really known, but, like, what I did the best, I guess, was I drafted every day in November, like kept all the stats, did the whole thing. So that was pretty cool. That's like a good series, I guess you just go check out if you like this and want to go check out more of my content. That's it. Also, most importantly, just like tell SeemsGoodMagic in the comments down below that you want more of me, because I would love to do more of this. So if you can tell them that, that would be very helpful. I'm willing to trade my Ibex for his Gonti. Jaunty? Gonti? I don't know. I have one mystery card. Yeah, not having an Aether Meltdown, or not having blue mana is pretty bad here. Not the worst, just pretty bad. Alright, what's going on? So At least we have the revoke privileges. If he decided to, if he was able to get something like Gear Seeker Serpent, if he got something, if he passes the turn with the mana up, then we know that he found the Gear Hulk. Okay, that's just what he found. That's not a big deal. Was that not the card that he took from us? Oh, does he just have one of those? This would be the time to draw a blue land, I think. I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and say this would be the time. Alright, well, I mean, we did that part, so now we can malfunction something? What if we just revoke the Mastodon and attack with the 4/3? So we revoke Mastodon. Okay, I kind of like this play. This is a little cool. Revoke Mastodon. Attack with the 4/3. And then play Blade Master. Yeah, I mean, we're the beatdown right now, if you hadn't noticed, especially with him 2-for-1ing us with Gonti. I mean, the 2-for-1's super on because he got our Ibex and he's getting a card. I mean, he's basically drawing a card, but it's much better than drawing a card because he gets to pick out of 4 cards to possibly draw. So I'm going to go out on a limb here and say this is a Gear Hulk because he passed the turn with it. That being said, the Gear Hulk is a 5/6, so yeah. But I assume it was a Gear Hulk that he got. That being said, I'm still attacking with everything. There's not a lot I can do here to change that, but he's just going to play, oh. He has 5 cards in hand. He has to have options. And this Mastodon wasn't ours? Are we sure? He didn't cast that from exile? We are not sure. Alright, I want to kill this Glitness Crane first. Huh. Yeah, I mean, this is what happens when you are the aggro deck, is you have to do silly stuff like use Aether Meltdown on this just to make your thing bigger, just to kill his thing. But we kind of have to do it, get in, and then play another creature, and then have Malfunction next turn. Again, I mean, he can totally have Tiding Conclusions here, but that doesn't even really blow us out. Oh, he's killing that. Okay. Okay, just playing the Sentry here. We have the extra energy from the Ibex, which is good. So we should be able to use it at some point. Kind of confused as to what this card is. He has a Glimmer of Genius? Oh my lord. This control deck is so control-y. Unbelievable. The problem is that like our beatdown deck isn't very beatdowny, so we could run into some problems in games 2 and 3. But I have a feeling it's going to be pretty hard for us to win this one. Especially since the cards that should be 2-for-1s, like Torrential Gear Hulk, it isn't a 2-for-1. Is that his own or is that ours? I'm so confused right now. I mean, we have to try... The thing is that we have to try and kill him. Before we die, basically. So I wish that we had an extra creature to play. But we're gonna die in a moment once he bounces all of his things. So we kind of have to try and kill him before that happens. He's obviously just gonna block. Ooh, no block. Just taking 5. This is 8. So once he gains, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So I think we're dead because he's just going to gain 3 this turn. We're gonna attack and not kill him. He's just gonna gain 3, bounce everything, and then we're dead. Yeah. All right, we're dead. Ugh. That's tough. No, we were very dead. Even with our own Aether Squall Ancient, I mean, he just had such a board advantage that we were pretty dead to it. So we kind of have to figure out what to do here against a deck like his. I mean, Built to Last is obviously not great. It could actually be good. I mean, this game could go super long. If Whirler Maker makes 4 or 5 whirls, whirlers, then we're good. I mean, it is a Whirler Maker, so if it makes 4 or 5 whirlers, then we're going to be okay. So we could consider this in the main deck instead of a Built to Last. We could also think about a Gear Seeker Serpent in a spot, perhaps instead of Eager Construct, because his Eager Constructs might be better than ours in this situation. We could think about another Revoke Privileges, but with Aether Trade Winds and stuff, that's not something we really want to be doing. So maybe Herald the Fair, just another beater. And lastly, Acrobatic Maneuver. He did have some removal though, so maybe we do want it. I like this plan. 17 lands, let's just go get taking out the Eager Constructs, because they're not great here, and adding in some things that could be good, like Whirler Maker. So, see what happens. We are going to play first, of course. We're going to keep this hand, of course. Also remember the last game we didn't get our blue mana until our blue land until like turn 7 or 8. Hopefully this game isn't the same, but with white mana. Our opponent has mull to 5 though, so if there is ever a chance to beat the better control deck, it's when they mull to 5. However, they did get to scry, so that's not great. Scrying does make the games way more fair, at least in limited though. So scrying was a very good change by Wizards. Very, very good change. I mean, just makes the game so much better. Alright, just going to Sentry it up. And then next turn, it all depends on if we draw land or not, or what we draw pretty much. I mean, if it's a white land, it doesn't really change what we're planning on doing. Right, that doesn't really change anything. Just going to attack. And I think we play a Whirler Maker, because next turn we could play Revoke Privileges and Aether Theorist if we have to. So he's quickly like even parity on cards. That's just what his deck does. And we are going to attack and then make a Whirler. Unless he kills this, of course. We don't have any action to that. We're also playing around possible counters. The only one right now is Revolutionary Rebuff. Right, he can't have Disappearing Act or the 4-mana one. 4-mana one's pretty bad. Disappearing Act is playable. Insidious Will is also too, so I guess he has Prism, but whatever. Glimmer of Genius is very good. I wish we had a Revolutionary Rebuff there. There is a chance we side in some counters against him, although we are going to be on the draw, so counters are going to be slightly worse. And just like that, with just one Glimmer of Genius and a Prophetic Prism, he is completely out of the mulligan, so we just have to treat him as normal here. We're just going to make a token. This card is very, very good, the Lord of Luxury. He looks at the top 4 cards in our deck, picks one to put in exile, puts the rest on the bottom of our library in any order, and then he gets to play that card. It's pretty good. I'm going to make a Theorist and a Thopter here, planning on making an Ancient next turn. But I mean, plan A is just to kill him with flyers. I mean, that's usually plan A here. Again, I mean, he got away with Lord of Luxury without us doing anything, so I have to imagine he knows that we don't have any sort of counterspell here. We could have also considered keeping Aether Theorist in our hand, because if we are using Aether Squall Ancient to bounce, I don't know, whatever. I think it's fine. So he doesn't attack. And he only has 5 lands, so he did not find our Gear Hulk. Or if he did, he just doesn't have an extra land to play it next turn. Okay. Well, I imagine we're going to be running our servos into his servos. Huh, what do we do here? I think we play the Ancient just because it gives us, like, a very big flyer to start beating with. But he could also kill it. Yeah. Ugh, I'm so worried about playing it. I think we just play this. Do we? That's what happens. So if we make another servo, this... So what we should have done is pre-combat maybe, we should have made another servo, had 4 artifacts, and then made this cost 3 mana, and then we would have been able to play it for 3. Yeah, I just like playing Aetherskull Ancient. I think we just have to get it out there. Come on! I believe. No tidy conclusions. Tidy conclusions messes up our plan terribly. Everything else we're okay. That's why the blue control decks are usually a little bit better than the blue-white ones, just because they have a lot of removal, like Die-Youngs, Essence Extractions, Tidy Conclusions. Dund Operatives, I think, even count a little bit as removal, but they have a lot of stuff like that, whereas we have Revoke Privileges and Malfunction, which are fine, and Impeccable Timing is playable, but they're not the best. The issue with this card is that he just keeps getting to look through our deck if he keeps playing it, but that's fine. I imagine we're going to be using this at the beginning of turn and then just playing a Gearseeker Serpent. Oh. He got there? Oh, jeez. Yeah, he got there. Good for him, I guess. We're going to scry. And bottom. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but both times we bottom a land, we've drawn the land. Just kidding. Like, I understand that Magic Online's drawing algorithm, whatever, like shuffle randomizer is totally random. I just make fun of it sometimes. I also make fun of all the conspiracy theorists out there that like assume that it's not random because that happened to them once or whatever, you know. We have one of those too, homie. I think we would just make 2 tokens this turn. Or we can't make 2 tokens this turn. Why am I so bad at Magic? I forgot that this actually has to tap. That makes this much worse, but it's still pretty good. Interesting. We have to draw Fumigate now. we kind of have to draw Fumigate now. We are all kinds of dead to that. I mean, it just makes energy. I mean, we're not super dead because we can just keep chump blocking with a Whirler Maker, but we're like pretty dead. Come on, Fumigate. That wasn't a Fumigate. It bounces everything except this, right? Other creatures, so we could theoretically revoke it. I don't know how good that is, but we could do it. We could try... The thing is, we're never going to be erase him with Thopters. We're just never going to be able to. I have no idea how we're winning this game. I have not figured it out yet. Yeah, I mean, now he can just bounce everything. Although he can't bounce his Aetherskull Ancient. Return all other creatures, so this revoke is actually pretty fine. thing is, we were just dead the whole time. Oh, because he's fumigate. It's so gross. Alright, I mean... I don't know, whatever. I guess I take it. I don't know what else to do here. He can just bounce Thopters at any point in time, so I'm not... I mean... What is our out here? At least... Right, at least he can't bounce this. Like, at least this is just dead to revoke. But I will say that we are not in good shape right now. Alright, I guess we play a Blade Master. Yeah, I don't know how we win, but I'm hoping that he just doesn't have a way to kill us. Like, alright. Like, maybe if he just can't kill us, he, like, decks himself. I have no idea. Hold on, my audio jack is going crazy real quick. Alright, everything seems to be working again. Alright, I mean, what do we do? Do we... 1, 2, 3, 4... Do we just block with everything? Just try to kill his Mastodon? No, that's not right. Do we just not block? That's probably right. I wish Whirlermaker could just make infinite things every turn. I wish I could make all the Whirlers instead of just a few of them. Wow, that card's good. So we can't even draw our own Fumigate anymore. That's so depressing. Alright, I mean, we drew a goat. Alright, I mean, what we're going to try to do here, obviously, is we're just going to hope that he can't kill us. Although I imagine that he's going to be able to. Why do I keep pressing weird buttons? I'm using the hotkeys right now, but I keep, like, messing them up. I'm using the hotkeys, obviously, because I don't want to time out if this match goes really, really, really long, which, I mean, this could be a 50-minute video. Like, who knows? This seems to be going pretty long. Nope, can't block there. These seem like pretty obvious blocks. I mean, so there's not a lot of sense in killing this, but it only takes one extra Thopter to attempt to kill us. I mean, I know that at some point he's just going to play another Constant Skygate or whatever and get it back and then play it again, but he could be jammed up, and also being able to kill this with him only being, like, so if all this happens, I have like an Ibex, or I probably just have a Blade Master and a token to his Skygate and Gluttonous Crane if all this damage happens, and then he probably plays an artifact, gets this back, plays this, and so I end up having this and 2 tokens next turn and whenever I draw. So, I mean, he's drawn more cards and he has less time, so those are our win conditions right now. We can't actually kill him, unless we draw something like Torrential Gear Hulk, maybe, but we sided out our instance. Do we side out Acrobatic Maneuver? No, we still have it, I guess. So, yeah, I mean, we have 1 Gear Seeker Serpent, we have 1 Mastodon. He's playing his own Mastodon, that's weird. We have 1 Mastodon, we have 1 Gear Seeker Serpent, and we have 1 Gear Hulk, and that's basically how we win the game. All of this is just trying to stall to make sure that we don't lose, right? If we don't lose, he's going to lose. Like, we're going to not lose ever because we haven't drawn more cards and we have more time. He could lose, theoretically. So these are just things that we're trying to do. In real life, the time thing doesn't work, but on Magic Online, you kind of have to take all the edges that you can get. All right. So he would rather leave us with an Ibex. I have a feeling he's just playing an artifact and getting back his Daredevil. Yep. He's going to make an artifact to get back his Daredevil here. And we're going to make a Whirler. And my guess is he's going to play the Daredevil as well. No reason not to. And we draw a Serpent. Let's be smart. Doesn't really matter, actually. Get you untap one more land. Also, that turn where we decided to play Ancient instead of Serpent, it didn't matter because he ended up just having our Fumigate and being able to kill our Ancient anyways, and us not being able to bounce it. It didn't actually end up mattering, but you know, those are the types of edges that you have to gain in these matchups. If we figure out a way to win this game, we're going to be in good shape for Game 3. But just on time alone, because he's not playing very fast, but oh my gosh, yeah, I can't imagine. He's just making one every turn. But we're making one every turn. We are making one every turn, but we're not making nearly as many as he is. He just has such an advantage. Huh. This is like such a weird play. 4. No, this actually doesn't work. I was thinking, like, was it worth it to play this and then play Whirler Maker and then bounce, like, whatever, like, I guess there's some silly play. Whatever. There's theoretically a spot where we had enough lands to make 2 Whirler Maker tokens in a row. But he's gonna, with Whirler Virtuoso, he's gonna make 6 right now? Oh, he didn't make any. Really need Fumigate, but unfortunately it's in the bin. And Torrential Gearhulk doesn't get it back because it only gets instants. So we're basically playing to our other 2 win cons here, which are him decking and him running out of time. Those are our 2 win cons here. We don't really have any others, unfortunately. That gets back Gonti. Or Experimental Aviator. Alright, I mean, how are we going to deal with all these Thopters? That's the million-dollar question. If we can figure out how to deal with these Thopters, we're going to be okay. What is he doing? So we need, this is 11 mana plus 2. So what happens if we make a guy and then play this? That's fine. And then maybe play this. Alright, let's try that. So ridiculous. I have no idea how I'm ever winning. I don't know why he just didn't make a ton of Whirler Virtuoso tokens and then try to kill me there. I mean, I have to block, obviously. I have no options. I mean, this is so silly. Yeah, like, I don't understand why last turn he just didn't make 18 Whirler Virtuoso tokens and then kill me. Yeah, I'm so proud of you. You get to replay all of your things. Congratulations. Alright, I assume that as soon as I play this Ibex, he's just going to make all the tokens and kill me. So I guess I'll just attack with this in the meantime. No reason not to. Yeah. I get it, man. I understand. Alright, we're dead now. See everybody for round number 3.